Hi and welcome to Draw Along with me. In this tutorial, we will be using Procreate Dreams to practice lip syncing using Preston Blair's cartooning mouths, as well as a clip from Taylor Swift's You're on Your Own Kid. If you'd like to use the exact same clip from Taylor Swift's song, go ahead and grab it from my Patreon. I do not own this in any way, shape, or form, but for the purposes of this educational tutorial, it would probably be useful to have the exact same clip. For anyone who is interested, on my website, drawalongwithme.com, I do offer live classes for Procreate and Procreate Dreams.
You're on your own, kid. You always have been.
In Procreate Dreams, tap on the plus symbol in the top right corner and choose whichever movie or dream that you'd like to use today. So I will be using social. So 4K social directly to draw. Now, if you got here through empty instead of draw, you'll have something that looks like this. So just go ahead and press on the squiggle to get into drawing mode. Here you should see the features from Procreate. You can go ahead and select whichever brush you'd like to draw with. In my original test animation, I had used Sketching 6B pencil. Today I will be using Inking Technical Pen. I can adjust the settings over here, brush opacity at 100. The size is something like 50. That looks fine. Here in Procreate Dreams, 2-finger tap to undo, and 3-finger tap to redo. 2 to undo, 3 to redo. If you need to change any of your preferences, they're found over here. So I did adjust these settings previously, and if you'd like to take a look, this is how mine are now. Tap on the color circle and choose the color you want for your outlines. Black looks totally fine to me, so I'll undo with a 2-finger tap, and I'm ready to go. Grab this little gray bar to drag up in order to get flipbook mode. I like to do this to get all that stuff out of the way. We'll draw the first frame for the animation. And we're going to keep it super simple. So I'm going to start with an oval and the face for this pose. Circle for the nose. The eyes are going to be closed the whole time for this one. And closed mouth. Just undo and try again if you think something looks a little off. Go ahead and put the neck on and the hair, how you want it to be. Feel free to have fun with it, add anything else you'd like eyebrows or details to the hair, anything like that, but this is as much as we'll be doing for the first pose. All right, let's take a break from this. I'll show you a couple things. Grab this little thing right here, flipbook, toss it down to the middle, and here you'll see you'll have your first drawing. We're actually going to rename each of them to keep it organized. So press on it and click rename. So this one will be 1, and that is the number frame, and it will be 1A. A is the pose. Tap done. Tap on the plus symbol and add video. Find the video that you recorded, click on it, press add. So there's that picture. It's kind of annoying. So here, click on the squiggle to get out of that, hover above it, and push it out. So I'll do that again. Hover above it until you see the pink dots. I know some people do not have the pencil, so tap on it, see the pink dots, put your finger outside of it, push out. You're good to go. Now here you should be able to play and find the audio. It does not happen for a long time here because I was doing the instructions before. But anyway, once you find your audio, trim this video down. I'm going to go ahead and turn up the volume on my iPad.
Always you're on your own, kid.
So that's where it starts. Some people don't have these audio lines, so you might have to just listen for it and then put it ahead a little bit so that there's a little gap and drag this part to make it shorter. Now, pick this up, carry it closer to your first drawing, make it shorter, carry it to the drawing, shorten the end of it as well.
You're on your own, kid. Always have been.
So that front is really long. Use 3 fingers and swipe out like that, push out to the right, and you should be able to get closer here to see where to end it. So this is too long, but I do want some space at the beginning. Maybe to there. I might shorten it again. Pick it up, move it to the beginning. Snap with 2 fingers down here to get it back to the largest size. I personally prefer for the video track to be underneath where that audio is. So I'm going to press on the track itself and carry it down. And here I can see the teeny tiny drawing that I made before. So I'll click on that. There it is. I might adjust that hair just a little bit and then I'm ready to start again. So go ahead and click on the squiggle to get back to drawing mode. Drag up on this bar to get the flip book. Now I will adjust that just because it's a lot higher than I thought it was before. But we'll be right on track here again in just a minute. All right, you all, so that's all we're going to do for that first pose. Go ahead and click into the second frame here on your flip book, and we'll go ahead and start that one. You should see your onion skin. If you don't, tap on this number down here, edit onion skin, adjust the color, adjust the frames, and opacity if you need to. All right, let's go ahead and trace the oval, and then we'll make the next pose for the facial expression. It's very simple. It's just a slight open mouth. All right, you all, you should be able to scrub between your 2 pictures and see that there is some movement. Now, one thing to note, if you want it to be pretty consistent all throughout and not kind of have that jiggle, wiggle, jitter, whatever you want to call it, you can throw the flip book down and press on these to duplicate them, then erase what you don't like. Now, I will go ahead and rename this one. This one is 2B. So 2 is the number frame, B is the pose. Grab your flip book by dragging the little gray bar up, and let's go to the next one. Click on the third frame. Let's go ahead and trace all the elements and then add the mouth pose. So here we go. So here is pose C for this animation. Just some teeth and the tongue. And you can just go ahead and fill in black right there if you want to. Let's go ahead and grab the flip book, throw it down, tap here, press here, excuse me, tapping won't do anything. Press here until that pop-up appears, and then tap rename. This one will be number 3. The pose is C. Done. Grab your flip book, click on the 4th one. Let's go. All right, same thing. So trace the face and the hair and the eyes and the nose, and then we'll make the mouth pose. All right, once you've got this pose, go ahead and grab your flip book, throw it down, and rename 4D. Press on it, rename number 4, letter D. And done. Back to the flip book. Next frame. Here I'm going to trace everything again and make the next mouth pose. All right, so for pose E, here we go. Just sort of open teeth, and then the tongue is really close here now. All right, well, there you have it. Grab the flip book, throw it down, rename this one 5E. Done. Grab the little gray bar. Next frame. Okay, same thing. Trace, and then we'll make the next mouth pose. You'll see me making closed shapes, so keep that in mind if you want to drag and drop to fill the color later. Make sure that you're making closed shapes now. And here's the next pose. So I'm kind of putting it a little bit closer to the top here. And it's just going to kind of be teeth. Now it looks a bit like a grimace, so I'll try to make it a little bit less dramatic there. And I think that'll do. Grab the flip book, throw it down, press on this, and relabel it or rename it 6F. So again, trace everything, and then we'll make the next pose for the mouth. And here is the pose for the next mouth. It's kind of a closed mouth, but with a little bit of like wrinkles here. Grab the flip book, throw it down, press on it, rename 7G. Here's where we start to copy. So number 8 is C, so we can press on C, which is 3, and copy. Press down here, paste, press on it, rename 8C. All right, let's go to the next one. So here on 8C, you're ready to grab your flip book, click on the next one, and we'll make 9. So trace everything, and then we'll make that next mouth pose. All right, for this pose, let's go ahead and draw it. It's gonna be teeth. and then the tongue right behind the teeth. So basically, however you want to accomplish that. All right, grab your flip book, throw it down, press on this drawing, and rename it 9H. Grab the flip book, click to add the next frame, trace everything, and then we'll make the next mouth pose. For the next mouth pose, let's go. All right, grab the flip book, throw it down, press on this drawing, and rename it 10I. Grab the flip book, click on the next frame. Trace everything, then we'll make the mouth pose. All right, let's make the mouth pose. So pretty straight here, curved here, teeth here, about anyway, and the tongue, doop, doop, and the bottom of the mouth, just kind of right there. And blacken here, and adjust as you want to. So I'm definitely fixing the tongue and the teeth. And the outline of this mouth is actually pretty bad, so I'll try to fix that too. Now, this is a little bit tilted, and one of the problems with Procreate Dreams is that you cannot use the lasso tool to select specific things. So if I had more time, I'd probably erase this and remake that one, honestly, but I'm just going to keep going. So grab your flip book. I would turn it this way if anybody needs to do that on your own because you're following me and mine's really tilty. So throw your flip book down and rename this one 11J. All right, so here is another copy. So go ahead to 7G, press on it, copy, paste down here at the end by pressing paste, rename this one 12G. Grab the little gray bar, click to the next frame, and we'll make the next pose. Okay, here we go. So this one is like kind of a humming pose. All right, grab your flip book, throw it down, press on this one, rename it 13K. All right, so find your H, press on it. So there's 9H, press on it, copy, press down here, paste, rename it 14H. Oops. 14H. Done. Now find the A, press on it, copy, press down here, paste, press on it, rename 15, 15A. So now we've got all of the pieces from my original test animation for that clip from Taylor Swift's song. So I'll show you how to line them up. All right, so I accidentally grabbed the wrong part of the song before. So now I had to go back and screen record my original animation for this Taylor Swift lip sync in order to get the correct part of the song. So apologies for that, but now I am ready with the right part of the song to line it up to the frames. All right, so to do this, you've got a couple of options. Basically, it's going to be scrubbing back and forth with the playhead. So you just grab it and drag it back and forth. You can pick up individual frames and carry them. You can also press on one side. Sometimes you have to zoom in with your 3-finger push out. Press on one side, it highlights it, and then you can drag like this. And let's see, when you're stuck right next to another one and you'd like to drag, you won't be able to do that unless you put your finger down as well. And then you're able to free trim. So let's go ahead and start scrubbing the audio like this to begin lining the pictures up. Now this one can go all the way to the end, so I will go ahead and move that. That way it's kind of ready there at the end. Drag the playhead away sometimes if it's not working. Zoom in if it's not working. There we go. And you should be able to drag it. It's not always super easy, so just keep trying and try not to get frustrated, but it happens. All right. Three-finger push out when you're trying to grab the corner, or the edge, I should say. There we go. And keep moving these along. So that closed mouth looks like it's the buh. Push out. Zoom in if you need to. There we go. Okay, I'm going to start up here because adjusting those last ones was getting a little bit out of order, I think. So I'll press, it highlights. Now I can move. Press, highlights, and now I can move. This one I think is really short at the beginning, actually. Moving that up because it looks like it goes your own. Pretty fast. So this one looks like the k. So I'll move that over there. You might want to delete some of these depending on if you want that much movement. I'll push 3 fingers out here to just kind of focus on this area and play it. So I do think I'll adjust some of this. That kid, where'd it go? Needs to be lengthened. And that looks like the have. The. That looks like yeah as well. So keep adjusting these until you like the lineup. I might cut one out. I might cut out this one. Or lengthen it, shorten it, adjust it. I think that needs to be up here a little bit more. Okay, that one looks like the L. That looks like the W, so this L looks shorter. That looks like it goes up here. Oops, but I don't want to select both of them. There we go. Oops, come on you. And oops, that did not work. So let's see. I'll just drag individually. I don't want to adjust all of them. I want that one to be longer. So go out. Have, that looks like a V. Mm. Okay. Oh. All right, so I think it needs a little bit more finagling, and then it will be ready to start coloring. Go ahead and play to test.
You're on your own, kid. You always have been. You're on your own, kid. You always have been. You're on your own, kid. You always have been. You're on your own, kid.
So yeah, I definitely think it's got too many at this point. But this is what I did for the original animation, and since it was a request, this is what I've done. So you can see here on my timeline, and you can go ahead and pause the screen if you want to try to line it up pretty closely with what I've got here. I don't think I ended up actually deleting anything after all. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, 9 is there. 10, 11. Yep, 11's there. 12, 13, 14, 15. Looks like I didn't delete anything, but you can absolutely delete them if you want to shorten them up and adjust it to like however you'd like it to be. So again, if you'd like to make it look more like mine, definitely pause the video so that you can see about where I've got everything.
You're on your own, kid. You always have been. You're on your own, kid. You always have been.
Go to the squiggle for drawing mode. Go up to the color circle And here in Untitled Palette, or if you don't have an Untitled Palette, go to Palettes and plus symbol to create a new one. Here I'm going to drag and drop the colors that I want, but also save them here below. Pick out the colors that you like, drag and drop them into this space. If anything goes outside of that, check to see that you've got closed shapes. Save the colors below, and we'll keep going. Okay, and that is the first one that I've done. And it looks like for some reason I'm on the, let me go ahead and turn that audio down so you guys don't have to hear that again. So I'm on 4 for some reason. I didn't start on 1, so that's a little bit silly of me, but go ahead and start at 1. And with the color palette that you have selected, just drag and drop to fill those colors. I'm going to go ahead and click on each one and do the same. And I will probably fast forward through this part of the video so you don't have to watch me do that in slow motion.
You're on your own, kid. You always have been. You're on your own, kid. You always have been. You're on your own, kid. You always have been.
All right, you all, so I think the only thing left to do is, of course, add anything that you would like to add to yours. But if, like me, you're finished, you can, if you'd like to, go ahead to this numbers line and select background color. In the original animation that I did for this, I went ahead and gave her a totally black background, like she's on stage. So that's it. Now you can play your animation. You should be able to see it's running pretty nicely, and you should be able to hear the audio.
You're on your own, kid. You always have been.